I know you want to see that last portion. I know you want to see the last part. And that's all.
So, yesterday, we had...
Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Otherwise, there'll be evil elves sneaking into your bed and putting cheese in between your toes.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Lucky Stove. My name is Danielle, and today we're gonna go over something really delicious. We're gonna make the KetoConnect Chewy Cookie Base. That involves almond flour, melted butter, eggs, erythritol. Yeah, why not? Erythritol, but I have a special blend that I use. Gelatin powder and vanilla extract. It's just that easy. But don't forget the salt. You always have to add a pinch of salt to your baked goods. Otherwise, it does not taste as great. Alright, so come along with me as we get started. I need 168 grams of fine almond flour. So I have my bowl on the scale here. 143, 42, 41, 45, 56. I love how my scale likes to just jump around and do whatever. Okay, it says 165. I'm just going to scoop a little bit off. This should make, now I'm at 162, so I'm going to put some back on. This is supposed to make 16 cookies. Now, this is including, I'm not including the chocolate chips in the recipe that it mentioned. And that's alright. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? Because if you are okay with that, what you can do is enjoy them. Otherwise, add your chocolate chips. We don't have Lily's around here. I'm not trying to order online, at least not right now. I love to order online. I love to get things, packages and things like that coming my way. But that doesn't always work out. Every time I order a package, especially if it's from the United States, I have to wait a while. I'm in the Netherlands. I have to wait. So I'm not going to wait. So I'm not doing the chocolate chips. And if you've ever caught any of my recipes with chocolate chips or chocolate blocks in them, chocolate chunks, it's because I use the original Happiness chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chips or chocolate bar. Hello, that comes from our local grocery store. So I never buy the Lily's. I would love to. Sorry, Lily. I would represent if I could, but I don't want to wait. So I'll be looking for ingredients here. I usually get it from Afvallen met Brechtje. That's a great website to look for in the Netherlands, which is easier and faster to get. Otherwise, I just wait my turn. Okay? All right. So the next ingredient. All right, gelatin. Here we go. Gelatin. This is absolutely essential for chewy cookies. We've tried other recipes of for chewy cookies, and honestly, I have to say, it hasn't worked out. Not chewy, kind of crunchy, and that's alright if you like crunchy. I like a cookie. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna say no to a cookie. I try to say no to cookies when I can. But to make it help me, I find that following this recipe is perfect. They called for 1 tablespoon of the gelatin, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now we have our sweet like sugar good. This is a erythritol stevia mix. If you have keto taste buds, then it's probably easier for you to just say 100 grams. They are very well, Matt and Mega have really done great with their keto journey, and their taste buds have altered. They don't need so much sweetness, and I know that Matt even more so. He's nutritious. Mega's delicious. Watch their videos. So it says 100. I'm gonna add 100. But then I'm going to add some liquid sweetener to taste. But I'll do that after I mix all my wet ingredients in. There we go, 100 on the spot, yay! So, now we got that all settled. We're going to go ahead and we're gonna add some cinnamon. We've got some cinnamon here. Okay, so I've added the cinnamon. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nice mix. I have my erythritol, my almond flour, and I actually I added a few extra things. I'm not supposed to. It wasn't in the ingredient list, but I did it anyway because I am a naughty baker. I like to do what I want to do sometimes. I'll get the idea, the gist of the situation, and then I will just take my conventional experience, my conventional knowledge of how to bake, and I'll go from there. So you see me now, I'm grabbing teaspoons and whatnot. And let's see what I'm going to be pulling out. Up, a 1/4 teaspoon. Perfect. So I got my 1/4 teaspoon out, and I'm going to go ahead and drop in some baking soda. Well, first, I'm going to add in some salt. So I'll add in my pink Himalayan salt. I spoiled my surprise. This is not in the recipe. It's not in the recipe at all. Salt is not in the recipe. So you do you, but I'm going to do it the way I know that you should when you're baking. I actually add in salt because my butter is not salted, which is also part of the ingredients. And you see I grabbed my baking soda. It's also not in the ingredient list. But ask me if at this point I care. I don't. And this is why. You see, you hear me narrating now. I got a little frustrated. My voice recording and everything just went to pot. So now I'm just doing what I want to do. But I'm still going based off of what I know. So I'm making sure everything is well incorporated, giving it a nice good mix. So there's the baking soda that I added in. This is not in the recipe. Salt, pink Himalayan salt, another 1/4 teaspoon, not in the recipe, folks. You're gonna have to decide if you're gonna do that or you're gonna follow the rules. Like I said, I'm a rule breaker when it comes to baking. I kind of do things I'm not really supposed to. Now I went and I grabbed the 1/2 teaspoon because I'm going to add in baking powder. Also, not listed in the ingredients. And yeah, this is half. The teaspoon said half, and you can see there it was a heaping half. But I'm not done yet. Look at me. I'm going to go ahead and drop in another amount of it. Well, okay, looks like I changed my mind. But I got my vanilla extract ready. So the recipe says for you to do all of the dry in one bowl and all of the wet in another. But like I said, I was frustrated, so I said, forget it. I'm just doing it all in one, and I'm going to make it work. Have you ever been there? Have you ever decided, nothing's going right? I mean, everything was going well, but then my recording device stopped recording. Okay, look, if you're going to use a recording device, make sure you got plenty of memory, okay? So I added a whole teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I have my egg shell glass ready, and you see I'm adding my large egg here. You can call it medium large. It's not like 100% large, but it's big enough. It's going to get the job done. And one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to add a second egg. Forget that. I said I'm not going to do it. And so I reached over and I got my room temperature butter, and I realized that it was less than the amount that was required. Ask me again if I was going to go into the refrigerator and get my brick hard butter. Ask me. No? Because you're right, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to scrape as much as I can scrape off of here, and I'm just going to add it into the mix. Because that's what I do. I improvise. I'm an improviser. I mean, some would call it improvising, others would call it surviving. I mean, in times like these, there are going to be times where, times like these specifically, you know what times I'm talking about. This BC, you lived a BC kind of life before Corona, and now you're living, well, hand to mouth, probably. But what you can do is you can improvise. You can survive. You don't have to follow the recipe 100% if you know you can get away with one thing or another. Just make your food. Make your treat and enjoy it. Don't stress out too much and just make it work. So I'm bringing everything together. I'm not going to use my hands. I don't want to get my ring dirty. Here we go. Alright, so now I've got my cookies rolled up into a ball. I'm using a tablespoon. The recipe says that you can make 16 of these cookies. So apparently I was being stingy with the portion size because I made about 22 of them. Oh well, that just means less macros. If you want to check out the macros and know how much it's worth, I mean, I know it's nice to tell you. I'll link it down below. I'll give you the information. Don't worry. I mean, I won't be stingy. I know I don't give you guys the macros from mine, but I'll give it to you based off of what they have. But just keep in mind that the cookies that I've made, they're heavy with cinnamon, and I've added a little bit of sucralose to them to add to the sweetness factor. Now, sucralose doesn't have any carbs. It doesn't have any carbs. And I don't use stevia. For those of you who want to say, well, why didn't you use stevia? I don't use it. It's bitter. It's disgusting. I bought like a buttload thinking that I was doing a great job. But no, it's gross. So you use your stevia and mind your own macros, okay? Because I'm minding mine right now. So I'm making these cookies. I'm putting them, pretty much a tablespoon size, and filling up my silicone mat. I messed up, so I ripped it right back off and rolled it. And I like the pressed look. Firstly, I press the cookies because if you don't, they don't sink down. I mean, I know I use baking soda, soda spreads, powder puffs, but even when I'm done with these cookies, I find that they haven't spread out enough. So I'm pressing them down myself with my fingers to make sure that they have a perfect size. Next silicone mat. Okay, so the last silicone mat, you see I'm sprinkling a little some brown sugar. It's not brown sugar, it's cinnamon. I wanted to see if it would turn out different, so we'll find out. Yummy, yummy, yummy! Okay, check these guys out. Look at them, so beautiful. Of course, they're round. I was gonna say, look, they're round. And oh, they turned out so nice, soft. I mean, I'm trying to show you the texture here, but it's not working. So now you gotta check them out. Now a taste test, or I should say a chew test. They're very nice. They still have a chew, and they're not overcooked. We'll see how they do after they rest for a while. They've been resting for about 10 minutes, but you know, whenever you bake with erythritol, you're kind of risking. You're at a gamble, but that's all right. We'll see how they turn out when they sit for a little bit longer. They've been resting, like I said. So what I find here is that they're really good. Of course, this is not a taste test. This is a how-to. This is how to make a chewy, how to make a good chewy cookie. It's this is not about tasting as much as it is about doing. Make a chewy cookie for yourself and your family. The recipe is right on KetoConnect's website, and it's delicious. It's not the same. This cookie that I made is not the same as their recipe, but like she said, Megan said, it's a base. So don't forget, I use a lot of cinnamon, so it has carbs. But you see my face? Spices have carbs, but it's so nice and chewy. It's awesome how it turns out. You know, you can get the recipe through KetoConnect.net, and you'll be able to follow through with their carb counts and their everything if you copy it the same way they did. Otherwise, realize whatever you use, it's going to modify the carb count. So don't forget to mind your own macros, fool. Oops. Just kidding. But look at this cookie. Look at it. Now, you're not going to really find a cookie that's smooth when you're using gelatin, because gelatin adds a little texture to it. But Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us at the Lucky Stove. I hope that your stove brings you luck, or a coupon. May it bring you luck. And we'll see you next time. Bye!
Okay, guys, don't forget to comment down below. Guys? Guys? Guys?